Welcome to the division module of this course. During this part of the course, we're going to be building on concepts that we learned in the addition section and also in the multiplication section. So if you haven't done those sections, it would be a good idea to go back and do those before starting this course. With all that said, let's get started with division. What is division all about? Division is about how we can take a collection and then share it evenly. We've all had to share things evenly at one time or another. Maybe it's sharing some pizza with your brother or sister, or a piece of cake, which means I know you know how to share evenly. What we're going to be looking at here is how to share a collection of numbers evenly. In this example, I have another scenario. You have 8 stickers and you want to share them evenly amongst 4 friends. How many will each receive? First thing I want to point out with this question is this is about sharing evenly. So that's a clue that we're talking about division. When we look at the question more closely, we see we have 8 stickers and you want to share them amongst 4 friends. The first thing that I'm going to do is go and highlight the important information in the question. You have 8 stickers, okay, so that's important. And you want to share them among 4 friends. How many will each receive? Now that we've underlined the important information in the question, let's write a number sentence to represent what we're looking at here. The number sentence we could write to represent this would be 8 divided by 4 equals. In this example, I've used the standard division sign, which looks like this. And whenever we see this sign, let's get in the habit of thinking shared between. In this example, we have 8 shared between 4 equals, and we don't know the answer yet. The third step I'm going to do to illustrate this principle is I'm going to use some physical materials. I've got some stickers, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there should be 8 of them. So what I have here is a collection of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What we need to do now is we need to share them between 4. I'm going to put one group over here, put 1 into each group, one group, and I've now shared my collection into 4 equal groups. Notice that each group has the same number in it. This group has 2, this group has 2, this group has 2, and this group has 2. Because they all have the same number, we've shared them evenly. And how many does each group have? Well, each group has 2. In our number sentence, we could write 8 shared between 4 equals 2. Can we see that how the number sentence represents the materials? We've got 2 stickers, 2 stickers, 2 stickers, 2 stickers. And we could write 8 shared between 4 is 2. All right, so what have we seen so far? We've seen that we can start with a question and underline the important information. We've seen that we can turn that information into a number sentence. And we've seen that we can make it the collection and then share them out according to what the number sentence asks us and find our answer. Since we got asked a question, let's finish by answering the question. The question asked, how many will each receive? They receive 2 each. All right, let's have a look at one more example. In this example, a soccer team scored 21 goals in a tournament. If they want to divide the goals equally among 3 players, how many goals will each player have? Let's follow the same steps that we did last time. The first one was to underline the important information. A soccer team scored 21 goals in a tournament. If they want to divide the goals equally among 3 players, how many goals will each player have? We've identified the important information in the question. Now let's write a number sentence. 21 shared between 3 equals. For this one, I haven't got mini soccer balls available, so I'm going to just use some blocks. Let's count out 21 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, so there's 21 blocks. The question is asking us 21 shared between 3. What we need to do now is share our collection of 21 into 3 groups. That could look like this. 1, 2, 3. Notice when I was sharing them out, I did them in order. I did one group, then the next group, then the next group, and I just kept that same sequence going. If you do that, there's much less chance that you're going to make a mistake. When I look at my groups, the first thing I want to check, are they all equal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, they all have 7 in them. So we've got 3 equal groups of 7. Now we know 21 shared between 3 is 7. And we could write 21 shared between 3 is 7. Did that make sense? I started with the collection and then I shared them into the groups evenly and I worked out how many each group got. And since we were asked a question in the beginning, let's go back and answer that question. A soccer team scored 21 goals in a tournament. If they want to divide the goals equally among 3 players, how many goals will each player have? We now know it is 7. We could answer the question. Each player will have 7 goals each. And there's my final answer. To recap, division's all about sharing evenly, and you've now seen me share 2 collections. Now it's your turn. Have a go at the attach activity, and I will see you in the next video.